Welcome back, friends. Today's story is about the camel with a bell around his neck. There lived a cart maker whose name was Ujwalaka, who was not doing well in his business. Day by day, he was becoming poorer. Seeing no way out, the cart maker decided to settle in some other town and try his luck there. While the cart maker and his family were traveling through a jungle, they saw a female camel suffering from labor pains. Seeing the female camel whining in pain, the cart maker's wife pleaded with him to detain the journey for some time so that the poor animal could be rendered some help at its vital hour. The cart maker's family stopped there and his wife began nursing the female camel. Soon she gave birth to a baby camel. The cart maker and his wife took great care and brought her to his house along with her baby. Gradually, the baby camel grew to full size. Fondly, the cart maker tied a bell round the neck of the young camel. Now, wherever the young camel would move around, the bell would jingle. The cart maker would sell the milk of the female camel and earn a lot of money. Soon he purchased one more female camel. The fortune smiled on the cart maker, and soon he became the owner of a number of camels. All the camels used to go together to graze in a nearby jungle. The young camel was in a habit of trailing behind other camels. This was of great concern to other camels. They advised the young camel not to stray behind, but the young camel didn't pay heed to their advice. One day the camel was grazing in a nearby jungle. A lion heard the jingling of the bells. He followed the sound and saw a caravan of young camels grazing. He noticed one camel with a bell round his neck, straight behind and still eating grass. The other camels assuaged their hunger and went back home. The young camel began to loiter around. The lion, in the meantime, hid himself behind a thick bush. When the camel came grazing near the bush, the lion pounced upon him, killed, and ate him. Take heed of a good advice, is the moral of the story. Today's joint episode contains two stories in a row. In a video, it contains two stories, so I'm going to continue the second story. The name of the story is The Thief and the Sanyasi. Once upon a time, there lived a sanyasi in a matha. His name was Dev Sharma. He was a learned man. Many people used to visit him for his valuable teachings and advices on important matters. They presented valuables and money to Dev Sharma. After some time, Dev Sharma became very rich. The wealth he had amassed became a great source of worry to him. He had to guard his wealth with great care. He always kept the money bag under his armpit and never parted with it. Once a thief whose name was Ashadbhuti came to know of Sanyasi's wealth. He made a plan to steal it, and in order to materialize his plan, Ashadbhuti approached Dev Sharma and expressed his desire to become his disciple. One Om Namah Shivaya, said Ashadbhuti. Gurudev, I'm tired of this worldly pleasure. Please accept me as one of your disciples and teach me the way to attain moksha. My child, said the sannyasi, I am pleased with your words. The sannyasi then performed some rituals to make Ashadbhuti his disciple. Now Ashadbhuti massaged his guru's hands and feet and waited upon him to wangle his affection and favor. But the sannyasi didn't seem to fully trust Ashadbhuti because he never allowed him to enter the matha at night. He also never parted with his money bag. This was disappointing for Ashadbhuti. But he didn't give up. One day the sannyasi was invited to a nearby village to perform ceremony of sacred thread at one of his disciples' house. The sannyasi took the thief along with him. On the way they came across a river. There sannyasi folded his money bag in his robe and said to his disciple, Ashadabhuti, look after this bag very carefully while I take my bath in the river. After some time, the sannyasi returned having finished his holy bath, but Ashadbhuti was not to be found there. Only his robe was lying on the ground. He quickly checked for the money bag, but there was no money bag in the robe. He began to cry, I have been robbed! He swooned and fell on the ground. When he regained his consciousness, he became very sad and returned to his mata. An unhappy and dejected man, wealth may sometimes prove a source of all troubles, is the moral of the story.